Well, it's not as sunny as I was hoping today. We didn't get a whole lot of melt off yesterday, but it's morning, somewhere around 9:30, I think. We're going to be doing the splitting of the wood today. Got a little bit to cut up. Got some trees that need trimming and cut, and then we'll get to the splitter. I got a couple I have down here. This is about the right size. Got my gloves on. Glub, glub. These are heavy because they're wet, but gonna be turning on the fuel and the choke on the throttle. We'll be getting to that here in a minute, but we're actually starting a little fire in the wood burning stove at the workshop because it's chilly this morning. It's about 27. I think they said Silver Cliff was 22 this morning. High isn't going to be very much, about 38 maybe. So I'm wearing a jacket and some gloves, and we'll get to it in a minute. So we took a tree down up here because we got a lot of thick and dead trees up in the hill, but there's the pile of wood we have over there. It's just about a half a cord of wood, so we're pulling some wood off of the hill and making some more wood. And just pan back over here, and as you can see, the snow is pretty thick over here. Tractor's up in here. I am not wearing the proper shoes. I'm wearing hiking boots. I am not wearing the proper shoes, which would be snow boots. But I think this is why elves have funny shoes. Anyway, here's the tractor. We pulled out a tree right here. It was dead. And we pulled out another one up here, pushed it over, but its roots are so stuck. It is not moving, not budging. We're trying to avoid these beautiful ponderosas. I love these things, they're so pretty. And we have such a nice property here, but it's a much safer and cleaner way for your firewood if you take all the dead stuff down and clear the lower branches. Then you are safer from fire, which is definitely a 4-letter word up here. So what we're trying to do is take some of this, I don't know if you can see, there's all this wonderful muddish, and it's kind of frozen to the ground. So we are trying to get this big tree thing off of the rest of the trunk. We're going to cut it off with a chainsaw so we can drag it down. And pardon me for breathing heavy. We are at almost 8,000 feet elevation. So the oxygen is very thin up here. And it makes me work my lungs for sure.
To get it go the opposite way.
Here's a tree. It's barely alive. It's viable. It's not going to be all dried up at the end. We're going to try to knock it down because the other one is really dry. This thing was so dry you could smell it cooking while he was trying to cut through it. It's really dead. I mean, it's been dead for a long time. This one, on the other hand, we're going to see if we can get it in a space that won't hit any of the ponderosas or the other viable trees around it. Sorry for my shadow in my bad filming. But, here we go. Oops.
Yeah, I think it's definitely it wants to go that way.
It wants to go that way towards, well, yeah. See if we can get it to go in the direction we want it to go. You can tell this tree is pretty dead. It's got some living needles and branches, but it's really in the cluster of trees that would be healthier to protect us from fire, and it would give us firewood. So that's what we're going to do.
Oh, you bastard.
Yeah, that happens. Okay.
All right, so I don't want to damage the good tree. So when we cut the back side of this, I'm going to cut it a little bit more off to this side so it'll try to fall into the open area.
Which is, I don't know if you can see it. This is the open area where our shadows are.
Here in between. Yeah. Just try to save as many trees as possible without damaging them. You damage the bark and it damages the tree, so don't want to hurt the tree.
But this one, tell me about this one.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and probably cut a couple branches off of this real quick and just pull this thing out to where it can sit and dry out the rest of the way, and then we'll just end up chopping it up for whatever. It's not really going to be that good for burning. There might be a couple pieces in there that are decent, but most of it's pretty rotted, so we're just going to get it out of here, get it somewhere where we can, chop it up later.
So we don't need the chainsaw for that though, do we?
I'm going to cut this one big branch off. I'm going to cut this, leave that, and then pull the rest of it out of here.
Okay. You always want to be careful of things when they fall. They could bounce or break off and hit you in the face.
Yeah, don't want nothing hitting you in the face.
Well, that's why we wear a hat, so we don't get hit in the head. Okay. He's going to put this down with me so I can... Okay, I'm going to make sure I'm out of the way. I think he's just going to shorten the chain. Maybe put it in another better location for weight distribution, or a better grip, if you will. We'll see. This thing's pretty dry. I mean, you could literally smell it like it was a fire when we were cutting it. He was cutting it with the chainsaw. It's just not going to be good enough for us to utilize as firewood. Falling apart. Can you see it? It's like branches falling off, and I'm trying to stay out of the way so I don't get hit with a flying piece of branch. There we go. Watch this. So he's taking it down the hill. He's going to take it through these trees so that it can dry over time and just deteriorate. We have some other trees down there for the same reason. They're just trees, If he can get over the stuff. Uh-oh. Might be stuck. Always. shorten the chain.
So I choked up on it and dropped it back so that I could lift the end of it up so it won't dig in.
Okay. And I'm kind of tucked away in a tree right now, so I'm out of the way. I'm not even kidding. There's like trees all over the place. Lifting up. Chains on the tractor tires and the back tires. It is heavy. This thing is, even though it's dry, it gets hung up on everything. I think it's hung up. I think it's hung up over here.
Well, I guess that's about as far as it's gonna go.
Yep. Okay.
Well, I can't really get to that one branch. That one's going to hit this tree over on the right here. But I'm going to try to cut it more over here to get it to go through there. I've already got my wedge cut. It's going the right way.
I'll go around because I don't want to get hit. That's how that works. Wait for the crackling. Here it goes. It's moving. Push it. Oh, it's stuck on the other tree. Look at that branch. It's stuck on the little tree. You're like, seriously? You evaluating?
I think I'm gonna bring the tractor maybe right up in here.
Okay, I have a little area.
Push it.
Could try to. I could. Push it that direction?
Yeah.
All right. Watch out for the little baby ponderosas, okay? Because they're cute. It's a Charlie Brown Christmas. Ooh, I'm falling down a hill. God, watch the branches. Got a few branches. You can see them stuck in the other tree.
Don't hit the baby tree.
Don't hit the baby tree. It's Charlie Brown Christmas. Charlie Brown. I'm very particular about my trees. You gotta know. I love my little trees. They're like my little babies. He's smashing down the branches on the top portion of the dead tree here. Well, mostly dead tree, I should say. Got piles. Just try to put the debris out of the runway here. He's got the chain on this one. He's gonna be pulling it backwards. I don't know what kind of debris is gonna fly off. Just gonna get it out of there. It's a big one. Oh, there you go. There, it's trim already. Look at that. There's a lot less you have to cut off. So this one's probably maybe 10 inches or so, maybe 9. A little stump on that thing, but can you see my hand? It's a good one. It'll give us a lot of viable wood. You gonna pull it out the other side?
Yeah, I'm gonna come around and hook up on there and pull it out that way.
Okay. We're on a bit of a hill here. I don't know if you can tell. Quite a hill. So no wonder his knee was, you know, gravity took over. Whatever. So we're trying to keep this tree. It's still alive, but it's thin and it might be in the way later. But for now, we'll keep him there. I just gotta watch these branches. Hey, watch your head on these things. These are those are skull busters for sure. Yeah. How long did this work? You might live 40 now. You know, it could be 50, 70 years. I don't know. These things go so very slow. You might go down. You're a traitor. Take my note. It's like 50 years. No problem. You go very slow. Okay. Respect. Respect. Reggie. Reggie. No, stop. No, wait, stop on that tree. It's not coming out. I can see it. Here. See this? Stop. Tell me that. Cut that off. Take it slow. Bring it over. Stop. This thing. Go back. Here. Let's get these into the path. On the pile. Just, you know, we can see better every time. We can see better when we're Go right in the tree. There you go. Keep going. You're good. Okay. So thankfully, thankfully we're not playing frisbee golf right now. Darn it. Maybe after a couple of beers later. Wait. Sorry, buddy. I might have to fix that. Not too far from our pile, thankfully. If this was a new tree that we took down, or took down with a friend of ours at their house, whatever, we want to put it out here so we don't use it. And the stuff over there we'll use first. That's why they're organized the way they are. This is sometimes wet wood. This will be wet. And then this, it has to dry for a little while before it burns well. Big tip on burning: cold wood does not burn well, and wet wood does not burn well. So there you go. Just kind of moving things out of the way, I guess. He's got another one to put in over here. He got this tractor, I think last year, and he has just non-stop been loving it. That's what he's needed all this time. He's just gonna hook it up and put it over there in that pile. And so I don't know if you can see this, but on our house we have solar panels. We have a solar battery shed over there on the side of the house. And we also have a windmill that is a new addition, which we have, I don't know, Richie's thinking maybe add another one, but can you see it? That's our little windmill over there. All these help us with our electricity, and that of course means that we can literally disconnect and have disconnected from the grid. So we have Starlink also on our house. We have a wood burning stove. You can see the chimney. Our goal is to be off grid eventually, but we do a lot of cooking outside. Even in the wintertime, I like to smoke a good roast or even steak. Man, it's awesome. But it's our little homestead. And I don't know if you can see, there's our greenhouse. And yes, I have vegetables growing in there, a lot of them. I got it over here. We're gonna go get some more. Looks like he's hanging up the chain. Looks like a lot, but it's not a lot of wood. It's especially when some of this wood is kind of rotted. You have to, you know, put into perspective that some of this wood is going to burn really fast, and it's much better for the kindling or starting the fire rather than running the fire completely. But we do have some nice viable wood over here. We're going to cut that up and I'll be splitting it. But once we get that other tree off of the hill over there, then we can cut it up into more manageable pieces, the 20 inches or less, and then I'll split them. Maybe I can get Richie to show you how I help him out. You might think I do nothing, but that's not the case.